Melissa here at TCT Crafts, and thank you guys so much for coming into our channel. So if you're new to our channel, we love to do lots of wreaths and swags, centerpieces, home decor items, and even a few fake bakes here and there. So if you haven't already subscribed, we would love to have you subscribe and hit that little notification bell. It'll let you know every time we are posting a new video. So today we are going to be designing this over-the-top, gorgeous Mardi Gras Jester swag. So isn't she just beautiful? So this is what we're going to be doing today. I hope you guys stay tuned and watch the video. It's just turned out so pretty. And if you love our designs and you want to join our membership group, we do have that open. It's $4.99 a month, super cheap, and you'll get a couple extra tutorials every month that are just private to the group. We also have a special Facebook page where you can ask questions and all that jazz. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go ahead and get started. Hi guys, Melissa here at TCT Crafts. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are going to be working on a Mardi Gras swag. So we are going to be using this 30-inch Valley Pine door swag. This is just going to be our backer piece. We're going to be adding another Mardi Gras swag on top of it. Excuse me. However, it's a little bit thinner, so I wanted to give it some support. So we're just basically going to use this to help hold our Mardi Gras swag. You could definitely use the Mardi Gras swag by itself, and I'll show you in a minute. It's just a little bit thinner. So I wanted to add a little bit more, and I want to add some filler to it. So we're going to add some deco mesh. So I'm just going to fluff these out just a little bit. And then we're going to add some mesh to this design just on the outside. Again, it's just to kind of give it some fullness. Okay. So I just want this, I don't need to really fluff the pines like really full. I just want it in the back, kind of in this. And I apologize, I've got a little bit of a cold or allergies or something. Okay, so I'm going to use this 10-inch Mardi Gras mesh. I think we do still have some in the shop. I'm just going to drop it to the floor. This is how I do my mesh. So if you are new here, I wanted to show you this. If you've watched how I do this before, feel free to skip ahead. I just hold it up to my chin area or nose, I don't know, just up to my face, and then I just cut. Okay, I do not measure them. If you did want to lay it on a table and cut with a rotary cutter, they are typically around 22 inches. So you could definitely do it that way, whichever you prefer. Because the mesh is not the star of my designs, it's usually in just as a little bit of filler. I don't worry about having them, you know, exactly the same size. My ruffles are going to be a little different. It's just going to be there in the back just to kind of support my design. So that is why I'm not worried about it. Let's just use the rest of this roll. This was a partial roll. So you're not going to use a full roll for this one. This was a partial roll that I had left over from another design. Okay, so we're just going to go around the sides. Let me move the camera down. And you can see how I put my mesh in. So I just hold it up to my chest. I roll the ends in. And then I just scrunch. And we're just going to put it in right next to that spine and twist. If you want to roll it on the table, just roll your ends a couple times. Scrunch, and you can see this naturally wants to roll. And you got to ruffle that way. So however you want to roll to get your ruffles is up to you. Personal preference. There's no right or wrong way. There's no right or wrong way in any of this, right? It's design, it's art, it's your interpretation, it's how you see things. There are no rules. So we're just going around the sides. I'm skipping some. See, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let me move this down just a little bit. I'm going to move that other one because I need to space them out a little bit more. Put this one too close. So we're going to space these out a little bit. Again, we've got something that's going on top, so it's okay to have these greens. This is just to give us some support in the back. Let me redo this one. There we go. Do the side. And I will try to keep you guys in this view for as long as I can. This design is going to be large. So when I have these large designs, it's sometimes with the way the table and the camera is, it's hard to keep it all in view, but I'll do my best. We may have to put it back at the other view, the front facing view, when we get towards the end. Okay, I'm going to add these last two. So how many of you guys celebrate Mardi Gras or decorate for Mardi Gras? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to know how many people from the South we have watching. Mardi Gras is so fun. You can just go wild and whimsy and colorful and all the things. Okay, so we have our base, or the backer of our base. Now we're going to go in with this Mardi Gras swag. And you can see I was talking, it's just tinsel, so it doesn't have a lot of fullness to it. So if you wanted to take this and just add more mesh, you could definitely fill it up that way and not use this one. You would just probably need, you know, probably 2 rolls of mesh, or at least 1.5 to really give it the fullness, because these are just wire tinsels. Now it does come with a little hanger up here. So let me cut the tag off. We do have a few of these in stock. We also have some of the smaller ones. So this is the large one. We have some that are probably about this size, probably about to right here. So we do have some of the smaller ones too. This is the larger one. And these are so fun. I've gotten these for the last couple of years just because they are perfect. They give us the fun little tinsels that we need for our designs, and we don't have to do a lot of work. It's already done for us. So let me get these fluffed out a little bit, and then we're going to get it added to our base that we just created. I am going to cut this down just a little bit right down here. So it has this one lonely little tail that hangs out. I'm just going to cut that under temp tube because it's a very strong wire, or very strong, yeah, I guess it would be wire, metal. And I don't have my cutter up here. There we go. And I'll just save this for a little filler piece. Okay, so now we're going to lay this right on top, and I want to get my hanger up at the top. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that it's right here in the center. Okay, right here in the center. I'm going to take a couple of these pine ties. We're going to use a zip tie as well, but let me just grab a couple of these pine ties from the bottom. And we're just going to tie it in. We're just going to twist it in. Okay, let's find one right in the center area. So we're going to have this twisted in, and then we'll add a zip tie or two. Let's get one down at the bottom. Okay. So this is what we have so far, okay? We just added this one on top of our backer. This is just kind of bracing it for us. And so this is what we have so far. Okay, now let's add like 2 zip ties. You could use pipe cleaners as well, just to make sure we have them connected well. Not gonna go anywhere. And I brought lots of different, I brought a few different embellishments for this, and quite honestly, I'm not sure where it's gonna go yet. So we're gonna design as we go. Usually I have somewhat of a vision, and I guess I kind of do still have a little bit. I know what the star of this design is gonna be, but as far as the extra things we put in it, we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. I mean, typically that's how I design. I'm on the fly with it. Now, if I'm doing these recorded tutorials, I typically try to have somewhat of an idea of what I'm doing. Just because you guys don't want to watch me sit here and try to figure it out, right? You're here to learn. Okay, so let me show you what is going to be our main focal point. We are going to be using this Jester mask. So I got these off of Amazon either last year or the year before, and I typically buy several of them. I didn't buy any this year because I still had some left over. So next year I'll be restocking, but I buy a lot of these because these are really super fun to use. So try to see where I want my placement. So I want it more in the center, and maybe we do a bow up here. I'll have it more up top. We do a bow here. I think I like that better. So let's put this up top. I'm going to do it at a slight angle. So it's not going to be straight. It's going to be a little bit at a slight angle. Now it does have this little hanger back here. I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Don't just rely on this because it can, it could come off. So we're going to tie it in several ways. Okay, we'll use the string. As you can see here, it comes with this little hanger. So we'll run a tinsel tie through that and tie it that way. And then we're just going to use lots of glue. And they stay really well. Okay, so let me let this glue dry for just a second, just right around where that ribbon was. And let me show you a couple other things that I brought. So I brought in a couple of our green and gold glitter balls. So these are really pretty. I thought maybe we could put a few of these in. I did bring our poinsettia flowers, our Mardi Gras poinsettia flowers. I think these are sold out already. They went really fast. These are kind of large, so with the big balls, I don't know if we're going to be able to add these, but I did bring these, so that's why I said we'll just kind of see how the design goes, if we are going to be able to add any of these or not, because you can see they take up a lot. I also brought in a couple of the purple jewels, so if we're using our big, large green balls, we may not use these, but I wanted to bring them up just in case. We are sold out of these, but hopefully you snagged some before they were sold out, because when I saw these purple, I knew I had to have them for Mardi Gras. And then we have some green and gold sprays that we're going to use, and some ribbon for our bow. Okay, so let me move my water out of the way. I'm going to get a drink just real quick. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take this tie and run it through. And we'll tie this in the back. Wrapping those pine ties around it. Okay, Okay, now let's find this gold little hanger that's in here that I showed you. And I'm going to take one of these tinsels. I'm just going to run it through there and tie it that way. So I'm just going to twist those around. And tie that in there. Okay, let's kind of fix our, and shape these however you want. Okay, now let's add our glue. So I'm going to add glue all underneath. I'm going to kind of hold it. It's going to attach to those tinsels. Okay, and we'll lift this up and add some glue. I'm going to add some glue around the little orange or the gold tie that we tied in, and we'll add some up around the top of the head or the top of the mask, just holding it, giving it pressure, letting it dry here. I may add some around this part of the mask. Okay, and I need to get another glue stick. Just going all the way around. So we have it tied in and we have it glued in. It's not going to go anywhere. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside. Let me put something heavy on it. Just kind of help hold it there, let that glue set. And let's make our bow. So I'm thinking we're going to have, you know, like a big bow right here, right underneath the mask. So we're going to use, I brought in, we're going to go super fun and blingy with this. We're going to use this 4-inch. I have this gorgeous green jeweled fair silk. It's a 2.5-inch. And then I'm going to use our new Mardi Gras ribbon that we just got in. I absolutely love it. We're going to use a little bit of this. Okay, so let's go ahead and, I'm not going to do it by hand today. I'm just going to use my bow maker. And I'm going to make this tail, let's see, let's get our thing back over here. Okay, so the bow's going to sit right in here. I want a long tail, and we might even could loop it. So let me just leave it long. I'm going to leave it long. We can always cut it. So this tail is probably about 24, 25 inches. Just going to push it down in there and twist. Let's make about an 8-inch loop. I want it nice and big. So 8-inch loop. And 8 inches on this side. And stretch. Just gonna leave, I'm not gonna cut this. We'll just leave it for now till we see what we're gonna do with it once we get it on our design. Okay, now let's go in with this really pretty. Now this is more expensive ribbon. I don't remember the cost on it, but I know it was a lot. So we're gonna use this sparingly. So we're not gonna worry about like looping this one. This one will just be a tail. So I don't want to make it super long because I don't want to waste it. And this is going to be, it's very thick. So we're going to do our best here. should have put it in my thing. Now we're going to come in about to 7 inches, about to 7, twist. I have a hot mess today, y'all. Cannot get this bow together. Here we go. Hopefully y'all don't struggle with this as much as I am today. Okay, we're going to push that down. Now again, I don't want to, I'm going to cut this. Cut it close to the same as this one. Maybe a little shorter. So we're just going to use a little bit of this just because it is pricier. But I wanted to give it a little bit of that bling in our bow. Okay, so we have our pretty jeweled green ribbon. And now let's go in with our Mardi Gras ribbon here. Our fleur de lis ribbon. I just left the tail a little longer. Now this one I'm going to go in about 6 inches. So a little smaller than the green one. So I get about an inch shorter for each loop. Okay. All right, let me get my zip tie and my pipe cleaner. So I'm going to go in and just zip tie this. Now I'm going to take and just kind of wiggle this to where it's in the center. I'm going to run my pipe cleaner through the back. That way we have something to tie into our wreath. I'm just going to kind of fix my loops here before I scrunch it really tight. So this one needs to come out a little bit. There we go. Now I will give it a good pull. Okay, let me get this out of the way for right now. All right, let's put this back over here. We're going to put our bow right underneath the chin. I'm going to run these pipe cleaners through the back, and I'm just going to twist it, and then we'll add a dab of glue. Just going to add a dab of glue there. And then we could take 2 of our pipe cleaners and just hide that. Okay? Okay, now let me see how I want to do our tapes. I'm thinking let's do a loop here, sort of to the side. I'm just tying it in between 2 of those ties. Okay, I'm going to give this a dovetail. So let me try to get this where you guys can see. So I'm just folding the ribbon onto itself and then cutting at an angle. Okay, so we have our little dovetail there. This ribbon I'm not going to dovetail, I'm just going to fold it under because it has those jewels on it. Okay, and this one I will just cut about right here at a dovetail. Okay, gorgeous. You could just like finish this and just stop here and it would be super pretty because these tinsels just really help us. And now this one, trying to see if I want to do a loop, another loop on this side. That might be fun. Do one on each side, or we could just do a tail. Let's do a loop, one on each side. So again, I'm going to find 2 ties here, twist it off. And I'm going to leave this tail a little longer, so we'll have this one a little shorter, this one a little longer. Okay, now this one, I'm going to cut just a hair. And then let's fold it up. Okay. Gorgeous. All right. So I don't think we're going to add any more ribbon. I think we're just going to let that bow do the talking for us on the ribbon. So let me go ahead and put this up. I've got just a little bit. Man, we may have to just use this because I don't have enough for another project. I don't think. It would have to be a small bow. Should we do a tail at the bottom? No, okay, I'm just gonna save it. Maybe I can get enough for like one bow, a smaller bow in the back. We'll keep it. If we think we need it at the end, we'll add it. I say that and then usually I don't end up adding it, but we have it. Okay, now let's figure out what we're gonna do with, we've got our ornament balls, we have our jewels, we have our poinsettias. So we gotta figure out which we're going to use. So I love these balls. They're so pretty. So let me just kind of play with it and see where I'm thinking I want them. No. And we have the jewels, so let me look at the, and we have the poinsettia flowers. So that's pretty too. I think I'm going to use the ornaments. I'm going to use the ornaments. So let's do one sort of up under the bow. Just got to clip the little tag off. And I'm just going to glue these in. So they're velvet foam ornaments. So I'm just going to glue that right in there. And then let me look and see if I want to do maybe one of these right here. I think that would be pretty. Let's do one right there, and then maybe we'll do another ornament down here. Okay, so I'm going to take two of these tinsels. I give this stem a little bit of a bend. I'm going to take two of these tinsels and twist it around the stem. And then push it in there. Make sure it's in there good. I'll add our glue. So we have it twisted in there and glued in there. Just shape our flower a little bit. Okay, now let's see. We did this one down here. I brought some little smaller purple ornaments too that we can add around the sides and the top. I'm just going to put that one right there. Okay. Now I think we need another one. Let me see. I think we need one right there. Just kind of hugging. So we've got three of those. I like it. I'm going to go back in a minute and I'll really glue around those ornaments. So I'm just going to place that one right there. Hold it for a second. Okay, I'm going to go in with my glue now and I'm just going to hit that where those tinsels are touching. Need another glue stick. Making sure those tinsels are touching that glue. Let's get this one. Okay. Let me flip it so I can show you guys what we have so far. So here's what we have so far. Okay, we've got our two ornaments at the bottom. We've got our big bow, and we have an ornament kind of right here hugging the side. Let's go in with just a couple of the smaller purple ornaments. So I don't think we're going to use the jewels. We just don't have enough room left. So I have just a couple of the purple ornaments that I got from Hobby Lobby this season. I knew I was going to use them for Mardi Gras, so I picked up a box of them. I think we'll tuck in one right behind over here. And they're an assortment. We've got some glitter, a matte, and then a shiny one. So we'll just kind of mix it up. And this is totally optional. Like, this is gorgeous just like it is. You could totally stop here. Let's see. Thinking let's put a purple one right there in the center of the bow. Okay, let's go and do one right on this side underneath. I'm gonna go right at the top. So they're just gonna kind of be peeking out. It'll kind of help hold our hat as well, or our mask. I called it a hat. It'll help hold our mask. We can actually add some glue right there to that, right on that ornament, so that it doesn't flop. Doesn't flop on us. There we go. Okay, let's get one and go on the side over here, on this side, right underneath the bow, kind of hugging the face of the mask. So I just added this one right here. Just tucked it under there. It's kind of holding this little loop up. Of course, this loop doesn't need, I mean, it's thick, but you know what I mean. It's kind of giving it a little lift. Okay. And then maybe one right there. We kind of got a hole right here on the side. So let me add one there. And then let's see, let's do one down here by the green one. Let me add a little bit of glue right in the center there, and that'll hold those two together. I think I have one more, so we might as well use it. Find a spot for it, even if we put it, let's see, on this side. So let's go right here where we tied in. Let's go right here where we tied that ribbon tail in, or that ribbon in. The more, the better for Mardi Gras, right? More and more and more. Super fun. Okay, so we're done with all the big stuff. Now we're just going to go in with a few sprays. You could totally stop here. This is absolutely gorgeous. So you could stop here and call it a day. But we're going to add just a few sprays to it. We're going to go in with a green and a gold. So I've already cut up some, but I left a few. So this one is a bigger piece that I want to keep together. So I think I want to put it at the top. thinking. Okay, that's sticking too far out. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut the stem a little bit, and then I'm going to cut the side leaf off. And that way I can just slide it right down under there. Maybe. I think I need to cut both of these off. Okay. We'll just do a single and then we'll just go around it because it's fighting me because we glued that mask in so well. Okay, so I'm just going to go in right there. It's just tucked in right there. I'm going to skip. We got gold ones too, so I'm going to kind of space these out. You could pull the little stems off at the bottom to give you a little bit more stem for your glue. I'm going to go right under here. We're just going to work our way around. And add some of these green glitter sprays just to add a little pop. Just going right underneath. Go in, and if I need to cut that one up, we will, but I cut up some of these already. I'm sure we will. We'll probably end up using it all because I know me and I'm going to use it all. Okay, so this one I need a little bit longer of a piece, so let's see if I have a long piece. Oh, so let me go ahead and cut this one. See, I told you we were going to cut it. I want this long piece right here. Get right up in the center. And I'm starting to transition down, sort of a downward with these sprays now. Go down here at the bottom. Tuck one right up under that ornament. We're just going to go around the other side now. Super pretty. I love these colors. I always try to make several Mardi Gras wreaths or swags every year because I live down here in the South and people love Mardi Gras and they're usually pretty good sellers for me. And they're fun to make. It's a little change from the Christmas designs. I love Christmas, but it's after a while you're ready to design something different. And these you can just go as crazy as you want. We could have added beads, we could have just anything. I love these little tinsels in here. So we're going to finish around the outside, and then we may place a few around the bow. So I'm going to go right up there underneath that ornament. I'm going to add a dab of glue just so that ornament kind of touches that spray. These glue strings are unreal. I bet if you go back and watch every single video that I've done for you guys, there's probably a comment about the glue strings in every video. Okay. Surely bug me. Okay, so I'm going to throw away my little scraps of the stems I'm pulling off. And we've got three pieces of this left, so let's go ahead and cut them, and we'll use them. Let's look around the bow, maybe more in the center. So we went around the outside, but we don't want to forget about the rest of our wreath, right? So let's see where we can place them. So I'm thinking sort of right up in that bow like that. So I'm just adding a good glob of glue, and it's going to glue right there to that ribbon. Okay, and then maybe we'll go right down there underneath our tails. Now when I hang this up, if the tails need to be trimmed, I'll trim them. But I'm going to leave them long for now. Just kind of flowing over there on the side. But if it doesn't look right, I'll trim them. Okay, let's let our last piece on this side of the bow. And then we're going to go in with our gold sprays and do the exact same thing and bring in a little bit of gold. Again, you can stop here. It is gorgeous as it is, but I'm just going to add a little bit more. This is an over-the-top Mardi Gras design. Full of bling. Lots of bling. So I'm just going to go in. I've already cut some pieces up, but I'm just going in with our gold leaf spray. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go around the sides first, and then we'll go in the center with some of the gold. I'm lifting that up and getting that in there. I don't want it sticking too far out of my design. So I'm kind of going in between where we have the green, and I'm going to add some of the gold. Let's see. I don't want to go up. I think I want to go up under there a little bit with this one. So I'm going more up underneath that green ball, more at the top than at the bottom. Hopefully that makes sense. And I'll show you in a second. And then I'll go in more at the bottom with this one. Okay, so I went in sort of at the top in between those ornaments here, and then I went in at the bottom with that one. So that's just filling this center in a little bit with that gold. And the same thing here, I'm going to go more in the center underneath our flower so that we are getting some of that in the center here. And then I'll go in at the bottom, okay? I'm lifting up that mesh and placing that in there at the bottom. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Let me go ahead and cut this other piece up. I'm just pulling these leaves apart. I'm cutting at the base. And I'm going to add that one right in there. Okay, again, I'm going to go right in here. And you can actually use the little leaves that I've been pulling off. You can just tuck them right in there. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to tuck that right in there. Add just a little pop of gold in there. And we can do the same thing like up here around our ornament. You just put a little glue and you can add some gold up in there too. Just taking the little leaves that I pulled off, just sort of tucking them in. There we go. Just add a little bit of gold to that center. Okay, so let's finish going around the side over here. So I have, let's see how many pieces I have left. I got 3 longer pieces and a couple shorter pieces. So I'm going to go right up more in the center with this one. And then we'll go towards the bottom. With that piece. Okay, so I'm going to start kind of angling it up now because we're at sort of our transition point with our face, our mask. So they're going to start kind of going up. I'm going to cut this one in half. And I'm going to tuck it right in there. And there we have it. Take a look. Oh, it's pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed this design. I'm going to hang it up. Just take a peek at it, make sure everything looks good. If we need any extra, I've got a couple pieces of our gold left. So let me switch the view for you. Okay, and this is our gorgeous Mardi Gras design. Isn't she just beautiful? I love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time, I would love for you to go hit that subscribe button, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye, y'all.